Please read the disclaimer. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. Happy Sunday, Sunday fun day. The market has opened up this Sunday in a green fashion. XRP has recovered back over $2. And is there a ray of sunshine coming out from the clouds? Or is this just another Sunday movement, end of the week candle movement that makes us all have false hope, and then market continues to sell off on Monday morning? That is going to be the question. We'll talk about some news, some things that are happening, some ETF news, some news about US wealth gap. I know you're very interested in that. But I want to start out with just a little bit of, something that I felt a little bit. The past few weeks have been rough. I had, yesterday was my birthday. I'm getting older and starting to think about just, what's happening, coming back from, vacation and all that. Um, my enthusiasm and my will to to kind of quote unquote work it's come down a little bit. The fact that the market is pulling back, it weighs on you, right? And people say, "Oh, all these people, on the social media, no, they're fine. No, we are just like you. We are humans." I woke up this morning. I was like, maybe I won't make videos today. Maybe I'll take a day off. But then I started thinking. Of course, I opened the platforms. I was like, "Ooh, we're in the green today." Green always makes your heart feel better, right? And I was like, no, people. I'm a daily constant for many people, and if I'm not really sick or it's Yom Kippur or something like that, we're gonna make videos. We're gonna talk about the news, and we're gonna update you on all the latest and the greatest. Okay, so I know that there's a lot of negative sentiment out there. If you go on X, if you go on other social media, there's a lot of negativity. But actually, you know what? In the comment section of our videos, although I have seen some bot attacks of negative comments, I know that they're bots because I can see they all kind of comment the same thing. Outside of that, you guys have been very, very supported. You guys have been very, very positive, and you guys have been very optimistic about the current state of the market. So that's a silver lining in my in the warmth of my heart, and of course all the birthday wishes and all the support, and that is great as well. So all I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smishity smash that like button. We still have the birthday raffle going on. So if you're interested in that, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet subscribed. Follow me on X and join the free and open Telegram group. That's all you got to do. So currently XRP is sitting at $2.05, up 5% on the day. There are some assets that are up, Sol's up 2%, Ethereum's up 1.73, Bitcoin's up almost 2%. So XRP is moving a little bit stronger than the other top 4 or 5. But if we go to the crypto bubbles, you can see there's a nice amount of green today, 10, 15%. So there is a little bit of a sniff of a recovery. And so it will be interesting to see, does this, sometimes just a little bit of a green brings back confidence. And we talked about last night about how there's a lot of short positions that are creeping, right, as potential recovery could happen. So do the shorts start freaking out? Do they start closing positions? That's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. Again, the market could continue to drop. This could be, a fake out and the market continues to pull back. All these possibilities are still on the table. Again, I don't know how the market is going to play out day to day. This video is only for educational and entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. This is just what I am doing and how I am seeing the market right now. I still do have the positions open on our partner BYDFI here. The XRP position is now in the green, right? And the Bitcoin position is almost in the green, close, close. We're getting close to that coming back into the green. So you see, a few days later, the positions that we opened, now they're back in the green. Okay, so things change, things shift. If you're interested, we do have the XRP competition going on with up to a big amount of XRP going to be distributed between the participants. So if you are interested, you can sign up using my link in the description down below. You go to my website here, which is also in the description and in the pinned comment, I'll put it. And you scroll down BYDFI. You can also sign up to our other partners, BTCC, BitUnix, Blowfin. If you're interested, they all start with a B, I noticed. You sign up here and you also get the sign up bonuses, and you can be part of our special whale group if you qualify. All the details are in the Telegram group if you are interested. But please, please, please trade responsibly. Okay, I made a lot of money with leverage, but I also lost a lot of money. So please be very, very careful out there. Leverage, especially the high leverage, can be very risky. Like you saw there, I opened up a very small leverage position, 3x and 5x. Okay, so for XRP, I gave a little bit more juice. For Bitcoin, a little bit less juice, but because I have confidence more in XRP recovering more in the period of time. Okay. So again, this is just my opinion, what I am seeing in the market. Again, not financial advice, okay? So when we go and we look into this week, there's a lot of things on the table. There's a lot of things, we still have the whole tariff situation with the Supreme Court is on the table. Economic data, yes, going to come out, no going to come out. What is the Fed going to do? A lot of things are weighing on this week. Of course, it's Thanksgiving week also. So it could be that a lot of people are on vacation already, maybe took, a week vacation, a longer vacation. Some people just might be clicking out a little bit, starting to think about what they're going to get for Christmas, Black Friday, what deals right, are available this Friday. So maybe people are already clicking out, zoning out a little bit, not, really interested in the crypto market. This is only in the US, right? By the way, rest of the world doesn't really celebrate Thanksgiving. Actually, they don't at all. It's a US thing. Can you believe it? But about 60% of you are based in the US. That's why I talk more like US related to everybody around the world. I'm sorry if sometimes that feels a little bit like that, but that's just because majority of our viewership isn't from the US. By the way, did you notice now that on X, there's this possibility where you can see where the account is from? It's a cool feature. People have been playing with it. It says here where you're based in, right? It's been kind of funny to see where actually accounts are based in from. But we're now in a situation again where the market could potentially recover here, and I'm ready for it. Of course, we'll see what XRP can do. There's been a lot of good news, right? But we'll get to that in just a second. Before we get to that, I wanted to touch on this. It's not really crypto related in a sense, but it's more investment related. The US wealth gap is widening. Americans aged 70 plus, now own a record 38.9% of all US equities held by households. Wow, right? The percentage has surged 10% points since 2020 and has doubled since 2008. As a result, these individuals currently own 19.9 trillion of equities and mutual funds. At the same time, they own a record 32% of all US household wealth, or 53.1 trillion. By comparison, this percentage was 20% between 2006 to 2010. The wealth gap across generation is widening at record pace. Now, it is widening because compound interest, because many of these investors invested in the 70s and 80s and 90s when things were a little bit slower. We didn't go through a lot of the technological booms that we have gone through, like that happened more to the end of the 90s, beginning of the 2000s. A lot of stocks, real estate has gone up a lot in value. So you have a situation where the generation for most of us, I know, again, my viewership distribution is our parents, right? And so they now own a significant amount of wealth in the US. What the silver lining is two things. One, many of them are getting interested into crypto, which is, good, because some of that money could potentially come into the crypto market. But the silver sad lining is that they're 70 plus. And yes, people live longer today, right? But over 70, the probability of saying goodbye, it grows up, sadly, right? And I know. Um, but that means for us as crypto investors is that that money potentially could be coming to people that are now 40, 45, 30, 35, right? And those people are much more interested in the crypto market. As again, I'm seeing this from the distribution of my viewership. It's not, it's not something that was done in a scientific data or anything like that. I'm just looking at my stats. And so that means that a lot of money is going to be coming to these investors, potential investors, in the next 5 to 10 years. And so that is going to be very interesting how that will affect the crypto market. And again, it's not going to affect crypto today, but again, in 5, 10 years, with all the other things that could potentially be coming to crypto, this also could be coming. And again, this just reminds us that these investors 30, 40 years ago invested, and now they are with significant amounts of money. This just reminds us that sometimes it's thinking about the long term and not the short term, not the day to day, not what's happening tomorrow, not what's happening next week. We have to zoom out a little bit and think about what potentially could happen. And that's why, again, although short term, my emotions might feel a certain way, long term, I am trying to train myself, and it's very hard to zoom out and to stop thinking about the short term. My Achilles heel here is that I I don't have to, but I make the videos and I research and I talk and I analyze. And so I am still in it day to day. Even if I try to detach myself, I have to, right? You don't have to. Again, you're watching the video, so I appreciate that. But you can detach for a week and it's fine, right? And you can come back when you're relaxed and you have a new force, right? So again, if you feel that and you feel like you need a vacay from investing or the crypto market, anything like that for your mental health, then do that. Okay, there's no shame in it. Uh, it's hard for me. It was always been hard for me, by the way, ever since I started investing. But if you can do it, try to get away for a week at least, right? And see if you can do it. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're not, if you're feeling okay, then I might lose you for a week there. But I'd rather you be happy and you feel good about yourself than having people in a state of despair. Okay, so again, that's very important. But a few green days can change a lot. Okay. New XRP and Doge ETF are starting to trade tomorrow after we got the Franklin the Canary and the Bitwise. Franklin Templeton, I think, was delayed. If I read correctly, it wasn't delayed, but people thought it was going to come out, and it didn't come out. But it will come out. Grayscale is having their changed, right? They changed it. It was they made a shift there, and so it's going to be started to trading on Monday. So another 2 ETF are coming in, and we have, of course, the Franklin Templeton one that is going to, it's a different level than the ones that we have seen so far. So that's going to be coming as well. And listen, remember, daily reminder that XRP volume is relatively low, and such price can, it's easily moved. 20 billion. It's when XRP is really being traded when we see those kinds of volumes. And crypto is a volatile asset, and we have to remember that. Okay, so again, day to day, it's very hard to know what is going to happen. Yes, we can look at the stochastic RSI and see that we hit the bottom and say, okay, we hit the bottom. Now we should be coming back up. Well, the Bitcoin one has been at the bottom for 3, 4, 5 trading days, and only now we're kind of seeing recovery off of that. You could say, well, on the 1 hour, you got a crossover here on the 1348 EMA. So, suddenly it bounced, right? So there's things in the short term that we can take and we can try to use and try to help us. But again, suddenly some news can come out or some headline and zip, we go to the downside. So we have to be very careful right now. The market is very, very fragile. And so, if you are trying to intraday or swing trade, you have to be very careful, have a plan, have a stop loss, have a take profit on all that, because it can be very, very wishy-washy. Okay. Very, very important. Again, check out the links in the description down below if you want to join the raffle. So you need to subscribe to the channel, follow me on X, and join the Telegram. You need all those three things to qualify. I know. People are like, what if I only have two? No, we're going on all three. Okay, guys. And if you're interested in the trades, we got BYDFI. If you are interested, link is in description down below. Again, please trade responsibly. I will get a commission. Listen, it helps out the channel when I get these commissions. So thank you for that. Again, that is affiliate link. Drop a comment, 8 for infinity and beyond. Don't forget to smash the like button. Remember, this video was for educational and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Also, remember that I will never contact you on social media asking you to sign up. I won't befriend you. I won't ask you some weird stuff. Those are imposters. I'm not on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So just be very careful out there. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.